First item is public comment, and is there anyone wishing to make comments on any item, not just agenda items? You can step to the podium and state your name and address, and you have 2 minutes. Okay, for the second time, is there anyone wishing to make a public comment tonight? Any topic, 2 minutes. Come to the podium and state your name and address. Okay, the third and final time, is there anyone wishing to speak before the board on any topic? Okay, seeing no volunteers, I'll call the public comment period closed, excuse me. Okay, ask for approval of the county board minutes from June 11th of 2019. On page 25 of the paper packet. Do we have a motion for approval?
Sure. I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Meyer, seconded by Commissioner Olson. Any discussion? Excuse me. All those in favor of approval of the county board minutes of June 11th, 2019, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Okay, county board minutes are approved. Next item is acknowledge receipt of approved committee meeting minutes from the Whitewater Joint Powers Board meeting of February 21st.
Move to acknowledge 4.1.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to acknowledge the committee minutes from the Whitewater Joint Powers Board by Commissioner Jacobs, seconded by Commissioner Olson. Any discussion? All those in favor of approval of the minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Okay, the Whitewater Joint Powers Board Committee meeting minutes are approved. Consent comments and approval of the agenda. Mr. Fritz?
I have nothing to change.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes, I would like to pull 6.11, 6.12, and 6.13. And then I have 2 announcements, please.
Okay, 6.1 would become 7.01, 6.2 would become 7.02, and 6.3 would become 7.11.
6.11, 6.12.
I did that once before, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. I looked at the topics and I thought that doesn't make sense. Okay, 6.11 becomes 7.01. 6.12 becomes 7.02. And 6.13 becomes 7.03. Thank you. Okay, Commissioner Meyer.
I do not have anything tonight.
Okay.
Nothing for me.
I have some announcements from meetings. Commissioner Olson? No. Commissioner Jacob?
I probably won't have anything once Marcia gets done.
Okay. Attorney Sonneman?
You're right, though.
For me.
Okay. Approval, do we have a motion for the approval of the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the agenda as amended by Commissioner Ward, seconded by Commissioner Olson. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor of approving the agenda as amended signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Okay, the agenda is amended and approved. Mr. Fritz, can you read the consent business, please?
Absolutely. Department recommendation 6.1, appoint member to Workforce Development Board. 6.2, approve amendment to Human Rights Commission agreement. 6.3, approve 2019 strategic plan. 6.4, adopt resolution for tax forfeiture private sale. 6.5, adopt resolution for tax forfeiture sale. 6.6, approve grant and resolution of Minnesota Sessions Laws 2019 First Special Session, Chapter 3, Article 1, Section 6, and Article 2, Section 36. 6.7, approve Minnesota Off-Highway Vehicle Trails Assistant Program Grant Agreement and Resolution. 6.8, approve monthly resolution. 6.9, approve purchase of service agreement with Frederick Guardianship Services, LLC for guardianship conservator services. 6.10, approve Ring Central Order Form, Master Agreement, and Statement of Work Agreement. 6.11, 6.12, and 6.13 have been pulled for discussion later. 6.14, approve sub-agreement with Wabasha Soil and Water Conservation District for fiscal 2019 Southeast Minnesota Well Sealing Program. 6.19, approve addendum to volunteer nitrate monitoring network subagreement with Olmsted County, and 6.16, confirm payment of disbursements. And that concludes the consent agenda.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve those items into the record? Don't we need that? Or do we just, I'm sorry, I'm really
Need a motion,
blanking.
yeah, to approve the consent
Yeah,
agenda
we-
as met, or as.
Sure, I'll move, also move.
Okay. All right, we have a motion to approve the consent items as read by Commissioner Meyer, seconded by Commissioner Olson. Any further discussion on the consent agenda? Okay, all those in favor of approving the agenda as read into the record signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, the consent agenda is approved as read. Now, general business, item 7.01, is approve the AFSCME Courthouse Labor Agreement Amendment 2019. That's on page 143. So,
And I just asked to pull, actually, there are 3 labor agreements, and then I would like to, at some point in the future, discuss a pay-for-performance system.
is that your same comment for all 3?
It is, so if you want to do them separately or together.
Okay, let's vote on item,
Should do them separately, they're separate.
let's vote on item 7.01. This is requesting approval to the amendment on the March 28, 2017 labor agreement between Winona County American Federation of State and Municipal Employees, AFL-CIO Courthouse Unit, to add the treatment court coordinator job classification to the wage grid. So that's what we're approving when we approve this amendment.
So moved.
Okay? Do we have a second?
Wait, this is 611?
Yeah, I'm not following this at all.
That's an amendment.
This is 6.11, page 143 on your
Isn't
packet.
that the,
That's true, but this is the labor agreement. Oh,
Well,
yeah, you're
it's-
right, it's
it's,
the amendment, yeah, okay.
She read the summary of the issue.
it's
I read the
but it's-
summary of the issue
yeah.
instead of the recommendation.
Right.
Sorry,
It's still a labor agreement.
just so we know, so we would know what we're,
Just an amendment to
approving.
the current
all right, we have a motion to approve this amendment by Commissioner Olson, seconded by Commissioner Meyer.
Well, I didn't, but I will.
Oh,
I will.
excuse me, okay. All right, we
I
have,
was claiming that I didn't know what we were doing.
okay, sorry.
Okay,
We have a motion to approve the amendment by Commissioner Olson, seconded by Commissioner Meyer. Is there further discussion on this amendment? Okay, all those in favor of approving the AFSCME Courthouse Labor Agreement Amendment of 2019 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Okay, the motion passes 4-1. Let's go to item 6.12, which is now 7.02, and that is on page 146.
And again, it's, does not address any pay-for-performance system.
I move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the AFSCME 65 Labor Agreement 2019 to 2021, pending approval from the attorney by Commissioner Jacobs, seconded by Commissioner Olson. Is there further discussion of this recommendation? Okay, all those in favor of approving this recommendation signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Okay, the motion passes 4-1. Okay, and 7.03 is on page 165.
And again, there is no pay-for-performance addressed in this contract.
I move approval.
Second. Third.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the recommendation by Commissioner Jacobs, seconded by Commissioner Meyer. Keep track here.
Clarification, it's really not a recommendation, it's a labor agreement.
Approving the Supervisors Association Agreement of 2019 to 2021, pending approval as to form. That's what we're approving. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor of that approval signify by saying aye. Aye. Oppose?
Nay.
Okay, the motion passes 4-1. Okay, now we're on item business item, general business item 7.1, which is on page 212 of the packets. This is the public hearing to consider the amendment to existing comprehensive water management plan.
Well, he has to be involved in the.
So do we have to open the public hearing?
I don't know why he signs it.
I move to open public hearing.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion to open the public hearing by Commissioner Jacobs, seconded by Commissioner Olson. All those in favor of opening the public hearing signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, the public hearing is now open. Is there anyone present that's wishing to speak about the amendment to our existing comprehensive water management plan? I have a handout coming down.
Is Sheila going to go through the PowerPoint?
Okay, well, can we close the public hearing and then
Oh.
go into the,
No, usually we have staff talk before the.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, the public hearing is open.
Yeah.
So staff, you have a presentation.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Commissioners. And I just wanted to give a quick overview about the hearing for the amendment to the water plan. And that's what the purpose of this meeting is to do that public hearing. I passed out to everybody a copy of the comments I have received to date. And the 30-day period ended on last Friday, on the 21st. So 6 comment letters were received, and those are all enclosed there. Whoops. Okay, the current water plan that we have was first approved by Bowser in 2011, and that was effective until 2015. The extension that we first received on that plan was until 2018, and the reason was because of the participation of staff in the Root River One Watershed One plan. And in 2018, this board asked for another extension. Bowser granted that until 2023, and that extension was granted on the condition that we do an amendment to the plan. And this is the statement that was in that letter that Bowser provided in that authorization letter for the extension. It says, Bowser hereby approves the extension of the Winona County Comprehensive Local Water Management Plan until December 31st, 2023, with the condition to complete an amendment that updates the executive summary and implementation section for the Mississippi River Winona and Mississippi River La Crescent watersheds prior to July 1, 2019. So that's why this is being scheduled this evening. And as that authorization letter mentioned, this update or this amendment to our water plan should only cover the areas of the county that are not included in the Root River watershed. So that's the green area on the map. Previously, the original current water plan covered the entire county. This one does not need to do that, just the entire county minus the Root. Amendment highlights, as per the Bowser authorization letter, all we had to do was update the executive summary of the plan and then update the implementation schedule. I also, to be more complete, I added extra appendices to include an accomplishment table showing the action items that were originally in the water plan, what was accomplished, and whether that action item is complete or we continue it. And I also included additional maps. The Winona County Water Plan priority concerns remain the same. We did not have to complete a new scoping document. So because the scoping document is still good, our priority concerns are still valid, and we still keep those high-level priority concerns in focus, even though there might be some newer studies since the time that that original water plan was drafted. And our four priority concern areas are water quality, soil erosion, sediment, and stormwater management. Third one is nutrient manure and human waste management, and then also the watershed management approach. And when this was released on 30-day notice, the draft water plan was put on the Winona County website, and also to the comments that I've received are also there. So next steps after the hearing tonight, I will be drafting some responses to the comment letters and sending those up to Bowser by July 1st. Bowser has 90 days to review and provide, hopefully to approve the plan. Once they approve it and send us that notification, this board can, by resolution, adopt that water plan, that amended water plan.
Do we have any comments from anybody other than a state agency?
I received a comment from the city of St. Charles.
Well, yeah, okay. Government. Another government. You're right. But no,
No, I did not.
I think that
Which
speaks
is-
to good work being done on it. I
yeah,
mean,
well, it's, yeah. I mean, it's covered, but I've always, water, there's a whole water, there's a political entity of water organizations, basically, that do a
Yes,
lot
there
of
is.
this stuff. Yeah, it's,
Yeah, there's a lot of people pay attention to it. If there was anything that Sheila's worked on here that people had concerns with, they'd be letting us know.
And I know you just didn't see the comments until this evening, but generally, the comment from Bowser and from Department of Health, no suggested changes to the plan. The Department of Ag, they made some suggested updates to the priority concerns, but I can't make any changes to that, but I can respond to their comments in the response letter. They also had some very good suggestions on the implementation schedule to focus on mutual benefit of multiple action items, that one action item that might address surface water quality might also address groundwater issues. So to try and tie those in a little bit better so that when we're doing some grant applications, we can point more effectively to multiple benefits. And DNR also had some suggestions for some better information to be included in the priority concerns area. And they also suggested that we include some action items that specifically address warm water streams. Most of the action items that we have are focused on trout streams. And it was a very good comment stating that, well, warm water streams also have their issues, and there's a lot of high biodiversity in warm water streams, and we need to look at that and consider that as well. Comment from PCA was that I should, they wanted my table of water quality impairments done a little bit differently, and I can certainly do that. That's no problem. And they also suggested that I include a table of protected waters or high-quality waters in the county that just need to be identified as these need protection. And I can include that in the appendix. And St. Charles, they wanted two action items, one addressing pond cleanouts and another to help with addressing some erosion that they're experiencing on a couple of drainage ways.
Okay, are there any questions or comments for Sheila? I think you've addressed, the packet that you just gave us had those comments.
Yes.
So you've addressed where they can fit into the amendment. And we have the full water plan, which is available online,
Yes.
which also now includes the Stockton Rolling Stone.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and that's good.
Tonight, you just want input from us? We don't,
Well, tonight, the whole purpose of the hearing is just to get input, and that could certainly include input from commissioners. And so after today, I will be drafting response letters. Tomorrow, we have a meeting with the technical committee members to review the comments and come up with thoughts for what to put in the responses. And July 1st, I plan to send this up to Bowser, and then we just wait for them to respond.
so we don't do our resolution to approve until.
Until
the
after,
90-day period
yes.
And Bowser responds, okay.
Okay. Okay, so do we have anybody present for the public hearing to make any comments to the water management plan? For the second time, is there anybody ready or stepping forward to make comments on the amended water management plan? Okay, for the third and final time, is there anyone stepping forward to make comments on the amendment to the local water management plan?
I can throw it in here now. So Sheila, on this long list of, impaired water bodies, we're not responsible for the Mississippi River, though, are we? That's all federal? Because there's been some, with the high water and everything, and driving up and down, and seeing the erosion and the streams and the people with houses right along the river and everything, there's been some big impact, but we're not in charge of that. We don't have to include that. Thank you. We don't. we don't need that large, massive body of water.
I'll move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to close the public hearing by Commissioner Jacobs, seconded by Commissioner Olson. Any discussion on closing the public hearing? Okay, all those in favor of closing the public hearing signify by saying aye. Aye. Oppose? Okay, the public hearing is closed. And we don't make any further comments until we get the plan back. Okay. Well, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I think
No,
that's what
no
I'll-
comments.
Yeah. Well, I had another thing on this water. So there's some things going on at the federal level, though, right? There's more waters of the state legislation and things like that changing, or no? Am I reading something? Thought I read some federal news update or something. Not familiar with anything? Okay, I'll have to go back and reread what I read, because I thought there was some federal legislation regarding waters of the state. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, all right, thank you. Comments, yes. Tomorrow night, big event, family night on the farm. It's at the Aldinger Farm, which is in beautiful Waitoka area. Just be aware, they are highly recommending you take the bus from Southeast Technical College, because we're doing some road construction in that neighborhood too. So you might not get there, depending on which direction you're coming from. But a big event. The Aldingers are a 4-generation family farm. They will be also recognized at the county fair as a century farm. So it's a pretty big deal for that family, and I appreciate them. It takes a lot of work to put this on. Not only, the chamber is big in organizing all that, but the family to, clean up, and do the lawn care and just neaten everything up, although it's a very neat operation because it's right on the road. It's a big undertaking for a family to do this. So if you're out and you see the Aldingers, thank them for doing that. The other thing, county fair is just around the corner. July 9th through the 14th. That'll be over in St. Charles. And of course, typically I-90 is under construction, so getting there, I think 14 is okay, but I-90 is, of course, down a single lane and a lot of stuff. One last thing. Friday, we had our AMC board meeting, and we're going with some premier business partners, and one of them that I really wish was closer to our neighborhood is Sourcewell. They are a service co-op that's located up in the kind of the central north, and there's just a crackerjack lady that one of the things that they're doing for 5 counties up there, and I think we need to look at how we could maybe replicate that model, is this foster care licensing. instead of having 5 counties trying to do their own thing for foster care, and we struggle with this somewhat too, is that they have taken that on and have like 2 people that do the 5 counties, so they have a very good systematic approach and seem to get things done, for, of course, a fee for service. But they're doing just some great things about expanding kind of that cooperative model. So I would ask maybe Mr. Fritz to contact them and ask them how they're doing that, if it's something that might be applicable to what, we're doing. And take some of the burden off of, some of our staffing too, because it's kind of a special skill set. So, and that takes care of what I had. Thank you.
Okay, I attended SHAC on Friday, and we'll have a report on that at the next health board meeting. But one of the things we talked about was kind of a shift in focus for SHIP. They've talked about how popular SHIP has been in reducing or controlling obesity and healthy living and healthy eating, and addressing their focus points. So they wanted to kind of see if we could move it to another level. So that's kind of, that has to be done at the state before our local SHIP would change any priorities. So the SHIP meeting this morning, there still are grant monies available. So if anyone's looking for activities or materials for those focus points, it's still available. That's about it. I attended an entrepreneur panel on Thursday morning, and it was a very informative panel with different services that different agencies are offering in the community. But no, they focused pretty much on brick and mortar, like you have a store or you have a factory or you have a shop or you have, and so I reminded them that agriculture is certainly a part of our entrepreneurship areas in Winona County, and so that was important, I think, to raise. So that's all I have. Did Marcia leave you with anything? Okay.
Steve, I do have a question. Soil and water, you normally hold a meeting at the fair?
We'll be at the fair.
Okay. And I know Extension holds a meeting at the fair, so there's 2 opportunities for the public to sit in on a.
Right, and we have the recognition program in the afternoon.
Right,
Yep.
Thursday, yes.
Thursday at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, soil and water under the entertainment, under the entertainment tent, right? Should be entertaining, right?
Larry Graydon brings ice cream if it's on.
Ah, okay.
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Olson, seconded by Commissioner Jacob. All those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, oppose. Okay, we are adjourned.